Alibaba approves Cappasity for Create at Alibaba Cloud.
AWS launches S3 One Zone Infrequent Access.
And Google Cloud adds 9 new compliances.
These stories and more are coming up on this week's Liftr Cloud News Roundup, Friday, April 6th.
Welcome to another edition of the Cloud Roundup on LiftrNews.com. I'm Shaylee Webb.
And I'm Corey Bowling. Let's take a look at some interesting changes in the cloud this week and how they impacted the Liftr Index.
This week has been extremely active for the cloud providers we are tracking: Google Cloud, Azure, AWS, and Alibaba Cloud. Kicking off this week, Google Cloud compliance measures increased, bringing the overall composite score up, while Azure suffered a decreased sentiment score until their availability zones feature was announced. The overall Liftr Index score is up 0.067 of a point from last week in the response to the following stories.
Chinese cloud giant Alibaba has approved Cappasity for its Create at Alibaba Cloud program. The program focuses on enabling startups to take advantage of benefits such as free cloud usage, marketing assistance, introductions to investors in the Chinese market, access to workshops, and other offline events, as well as the potential of being promoted by Alibaba Cloud through co-branding opportunities and being featured on their website.
Cappasity is a cloud-based platform that gives businesses a method to create and embed 3D content into their websites, mobile apps, and virtual reality or augmented reality applications. It's a technique used widely in e-commerce websites to display 360-degree views of products that shoppers can interact with.
While we are not currently featuring Alibaba Cloud in the Liftr Index, we are tracking their activity, noting an uptick in customer sentiment following this announcement. Stay tuned for more information about Alibaba Cloud and the Liftr Index over the next few weeks.
AWS has added a new lower-cost tier to its popular S3 storage service that targets businesses and teams that don't require frequent access to their stored data. S3 One Zone IA is a lower-priced offering that sits apart from S3 Standard and Standard IA plans, in that the data is stored in a single availability zone rather than being replicated across several zones.
The result is a difference in promise availability from 99.9% on Standard to 99.5% on One Zone. This difference in availability translates to a day or two each year where data may not be accessible due to downtime of the individual zone. Data is also not resilient in the event that the hosting data center is destroyed by events such as a natural disaster, fire, flood, or technical issue.
AWS is promoting this option as a secondary backup service rather than a primary storage solution for businesses.
Google Cloud has added 9 new compliance standards to its service, bringing the total listed certifications to 30. Standards and regulatory compliance, as well as industry certifications, are an important factor for cloud services as they enable businesses to determine whether or not a cloud solution will meet the strict compliance standards of the regions and industries in which they operate.
Google Cloud lists certifications with HIPAA, ISO, AICPA, and compliance with regional legal frameworks such as GDPR and Privacy Shield.
The increase in listed compliances resulted in a 5.84% jump in Google Cloud's overall Liftr Index score, with its security rating increasing by over 42%.
And that's a wrap for this week's Roundup on LiftrNews.com. Has your business made major strides using cloud? We want to hear from you. Email us at ideas@LiftrNews.com.